Day one dry fasting. So I think you can see that I hold some water weight in my cheeks. This is the morning, so obviously I haven't eaten anything yet, but I might do this twice a day. Just so you see, very puffy. America. I have a brace that wraps around my leg, and then I'm wrapping around my waist because without that, I mean, it doesn't help for shit, honestly. But something's better than nothing. I got to work, so um, no food, no water. Let's see how it goes. So the Phoenix Protocol, the book that talks about this, I believe says that you're not supposed to brush your teeth or shower either. I did shower and I did brush my teeth because I'm not an animal. So there is some liquid uh, touching me. I'm not sure how much that affects things, but this is day one, and I don't intend on eating until this is fixed. 2 weeks after this injury, it's worse than it's ever been. So I'm aggravating it constantly. I really can't be off of it. I bought crutches, they should be in today, so I can actually move around without putting weight on it. Yesterday, bringing in mail or packages, I tripped over the threshold to my house, and I was in a lot of pain. Um, I mean, I couldn't sit, I couldn't move. It eventually kind of calmed down, but I don't know what the fuck is going on in there. I don't know what the injury is, uh, but if you think about it, there's if something's torn off, I probably couldn't move at all. Um, and if something was torn off, like I said, I wouldn't opt for surgery. So I am probably making it worse. I mean, I know I have because I'm not working out legs. My legs have atrophied a lot already. It's like bone on bone. When I'm going to sleep, it's like every time my knees touch. I hate it. Um, Now on the subject of spiritual shit. So yesterday when I was leaving Las Vegas, well, actually I was working in Las Vegas, but some guy noticed me limping at the shop I was working at, and he asked me what's going on. I was like, yeah, I injured it squatting, whatever. And I don't know how the conversation switched. I have no idea, but somehow it got really deep, and he was talking about his family and his like basically started trauma dumping, non-consensual trauma dumping. So um, I started, I don't know, I started talking about my like psychology, not spirituality, and like I noticed in his eyes this like tell me what you know, I need help kind of look. Like there was just an intensity. I remember the moment that I was like, oh, okay, like this, he needs help. This isn't just another conversation. And then I had to work and he had to go somewhere. He was with his son. So he's like, can I get your number? Can I like talk to you more? I was like, absolutely, sure. So we talked for like an hour yesterday when I got home. We talked for an hour. He told me about his family drama, the parents' health issues, like his issues with his brother, and it's I have learned a lot, and it's hard to fit all of it in one conversation, and I'm not a therapist also, so um, I mean, obviously, he was really appreciative, and he's like, "Can I call you if I have questions? Can I call you if I need help?" I was like, "Absolutely, like that's what I'm here for." I told him to read The Alchemist. I told him, I quoted Jung a lot as I usually do, um, and I was like, it was one of those times where it's like, okay, this conversation is supposed to happen, and somehow, like, whatever this guy needs, like, I'll help. Like, I feel like the odds of me talking to a stranger are already low, let alone having a meaningful conversation like that. So, um, he's at the stage. This is where spiritual people and religious people pounce on you, and they lull you into this false sense of accomplishment and sleep because you're part of a community. But being part of a community is exactly the opposite of figuring out your spiritual shit. You need to be alone and you need to think. Um, that's spiritual bypassing. So um, that was one thing. And then as I was going to sleep or later in the night, I talked to this girl online who says she sees spirits and shit like this since she was a kid. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't believe her. Um, but we had conversations about stuff that I don't get to talk about with other people. So that was interesting. And then she said, I was like talking about how my leg hurts. She's like, that's a block about you moving forward in life. I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense. And then I talked about the door handles breaking in my house and on my cars all at the same time. And she said it's connected to the same thing. This is like uh, not being able to move forward. I mean, I literally can't move forward. I can't stand still very well either. Um, I'm putting weight exclusively on my right leg right now because it's like the movement or something. If I shift to the left, it is when it's hurting. Like this, if I could walk around like this, it would be great. Um, at any rate, I gotta get to work, but it was interesting. So the fasting and kind of unplugging from the world hopefully will get me to heal my leg and figure out whatever the block is. So day one, morning one. See ya.